mostly has been here and today just
Yeah, I think I did a lot better. Hey, so there was this video I uploaded about 5 months ago, and it was making an AI generated Sonic OC, and that was inspired by Courtney SNT because I really like her redesigning videos, and I thought that AI generated OCs.
whoa. This is good.
Once upon a time, a powered-up hedgehog collided with a Pikachu, and a rainbow of Chaos Emerald energy stretched for miles across the land. From this rainbow, 5 mysterious eggs flew from it to locations around the region. Mysterious beams of
Ooh, I love it.
I'm late to the AI stuff, aren't I? Oh well. Remember that one fun trend where you went to Google and typed in your name and then the hedgehog at the end to see what kind of Sonic OCs popped up? It was pretty popular on Tumblr back in the day, and I occasionally see it pop up on Twitter every now and then. Well, some time ago, I was playing with Dolly Mini, an AI that generates images based on prompts you type into it. And
No idea. Oh, best.
AI that generates images based on prompts you type into it. And I got curious and typed in Courtney the Hedgehog to see what would happen. As expected from an AI generated image, the results were very interesting. You see, Dolly Mini gets most of its image data from the Google Cloud, and since the Your Name the Hedgehog game is still pretty popular, of course it would get its data from the plethora of DeviantArt Sonic OCs. So this is the result. Pretty cool, right? Then I got this crazy idea to try and redesign one of these AI-generated monstrosities. Yeah, only one. Today's gonna be a short episode because I'm actually working on something really big. So stay tuned for that later this year. Anyway, there's lots of options to choose from here. Top middle and top right seem to be the exact same character except one's going through a phase. Middle right has some really cool shoes actually. And middle left seems to have a whole fancy outfit going on. However, I felt myself gravitate towards the bottom right result. Probably because it was one.
Like blah blah blah.
Hey everyone! Welcome to a new series? Possibly? Anyway, today I'm going to redesign 2 of the most infamous Sonic OCs on the internet, Sonichu and Rosechu. Before we begin, let's talk about their designs a bit.
Luta contra o
They're both
mal.
extremely simple. Sonichu is literally Sonic and Pikachu mashed together, and Rosechu is just Amy with some changes. Not really that interesting. But
It's
I
just
feel like
into
there's some
me. Ha ha ha
here.
ha ha
I
ha.
think I can make these 2
Nope.
characters into something a little more unique.
You
Before I
Nick?
started changing anything, I
Thank
decided to
goodness.
sketch of their current designs to have a good canvas. To be honest, it took a lot more work to do that, and if I do anything like this in the future, I'm just gonna start from the ground up. Next, I went ahead and pulled different colors off of not only Sonichu, but also 2 different Pikachu references. Here's the fun tip for designing characters. It's best to stick with as few unique colors as possible. That way the design is more uniform and easier on the eyes. Sonichu has a lot of different
Blah.
colors, so I'm gonna try and cut that
Nope,
out.
nope, nope, nope.
Okay, let's get started. The first thing I tackled on Sonichu was his face. I wanted to make him look less like a Sonic clone, so I decided to change up the muzzle and eyes a little bit. I tried to make it look more like Pikachu,
Electric
where there's
time.
no distinct difference between the muzzle and the face. I also moved the red cheek pouches onto his actual cheeks. Like I said, my goal was to make him less like Sonic and more like Pikachu. I feel like
More like
putting more
Pikachu.
emphasis on the cheek pouches is really important. Next, I went for the gloves and shoes. He's an electric hedgehog, so I figured he needed some gloves and boots that could withstand electricity. I tried to make them look more
But
like
my father
gloves and
insisted
boots
for
that
this,
someone
we
would
know
wear
that
while
it's
working
not.
with electrical
Yeah,
equipment.
but
I like
it's
how I
very
interpreted the brown stripes on his shoes, so I also incorporated that into the boot design. I saved the spines for last because I knew that would give me the most trouble. I tried to do a sort of static electricity kind of thing where his electric powers would make his quills stand on it. I also tried to stick with the trademark 3 spine look that Sonic has. He has Sonichu after all. Alright, now that the base design is done, let me just do the line art and then we can start coloring. Coloring time! Like I said earlier, I'm gonna try and cut down on the colors, maybe have like 2 main colors and then 2 colors for accent. I'm just gonna play around here and see what looks best. Instead of the atrocious Crayola marker yellow that Sonichu kinda has, I went with a kind of yellow that Pikachu has. It's more of an orangey yellow. It's a lot nicer to look at. I attempted to give Sonichu the same face and muzzle color, but I didn't think it looked good, so instead I went with a more lighter yellow, which that actually matches one of the Pikachu references that I was using. Instead of using black on his ears and nose, I decided to use brown, because I feel like that would match his stripes a little better. And I also made his eyes blue, which matches
Ooh,
his
it's really sassy.
earlier.
Really sassy.
I'm gonna try and cut down the colors, maybe have like 2 main colors and then 2 colors for accent. I'm just gonna play around here and see what looks best. Instead of the atrocious Crayola marker yellow that Sonichu kinda has, I went with a kind of yellow that Pikachu has. It's more of an orangey yellow. It's a lot nicer to look at. I attempted to give Sonichu the same face and muzzle color, but I didn't think it looked good, so instead I went with more lighter yellow, which that actually matches one of the Pikachu references that I was using. Instead of using black on his ears and nose, I decided to use brown, because I feel like that would match his stripes a little better. And I also made his eyes blue, which matches his gloves and shoes. Green eyes was okay on Sonic because Sonic has not that many colors on him anyway, but Sonichu has a lot more colors on him, so I feel like green eyes would be a bit too much. And we're pretty much done. All I have to do now is add a few touch-ups, and then we're good. Hey everyone! Welcome to a new series, possibly? Anyway, today I'm going to redesign 2 of the most infamous Sonic OCs on the internet, Sonichu and Rosechu. Before we begin, let's talk about their design. They're both extremely simple. Sonichu is literally Sonic and Pikachu mashed together, and Rosechu is just Amy with some changes. Not really that interesting. But I feel like there's some potential here. I think I can make these 2 characters into something a little more unique.
Original de criança em
Now,
ti.
before I started changing anything, I decided to do a basic sketch of their current designs to have on the canvas. To be honest,
Sonic
it
2,
took
Blood in the
awful lot of
Water.
work to do that, and if I do anything like this in the future, I'm just gonna start from the ground up. Next, I went ahead and pulled different colors off of not only Sonichu, but also 2 different Pikachu references. Here's a fun tip for designing characters. It's best to stick with as few unique colors as possible. That way the design is more uniform and easier on the eyes. Sonichu has a lot of different colors on him, so I'm gonna try and cut back on that. Okay, let's get started. The first thing I tackled on Sonichu was his face. I wanted to make him look less like a Sonic, so I decided to change up the muzzle and eyes a little bit.
Aí
I
depois
tried
de
to
fazer
make it
um
look more
desse, a
like
Aline é uma ótima
Pikachu,
desenhista.
where there's no
Ele está
distinct
assistindo esse vídeo, pelo amor de
difference
Deus, eu
between
desenhei
the full
alguns
and
dos
face. I
personagens
also
antigos
glued
seu.
the red
Ou um personagem antigo meu.
onto his
Eu acho.
actual cheeks. Like I said, my goal was to make him less like Sonic and more like Pikachu. I feel like putting more emphasis on the cheek patches is really important. Next, I went for the gloves and shoes. He's an electric hedgehog,
Glad I didn't
so I
walk
figured
her.
he'd
This
need
is the
some gloves
pleasing.
and boots that could withstand electricity. I tried to make them look more like gloves and boots that someone would wear while working with electrical equipment. I like how I interpreted the brown stripes on his shoes, so I also incorporated that into the boot design. I think the
Cornet
sponge for
FNT,
last,
Project
because I
FNT.
knew that would give me the most trouble.
This
I
song.
tried to do a sort of static electricity
Water.
kind of thing, where his electric powers would make his quills stand up. I also tried to stick with the trademark 3 spine look that Sonic has. He has Sonichu after all. Alright, now that the base design is done,
Pika Sonic!
start coloring.
Little people,
Like I said earlier, I'm gonna try and cut down on the colors.
Essa música combina muito com o
Two colors
o
for
Mewtwo.
accent. I'm just gonna play around here and see what we have. Instead of the atrocious Crayola marker yellow that Sonichu kind of has, I went with a kind of yellow that Pikachu has. It's more of an orangey yellow. It's a lot nicer to look at.
This terrible,
I
this
attempted
cute.
to give Sonichu the same face and muzzle color, but I didn't think it looked good, so instead I went with a more lighter yellow, which that actually matches one of the Pikachu references that I was using. Instead of using black on his ears and nose, I decided to use brown, because I feel like that would match the stripes a little better. And I also made his eyes blue, which matches his gloves and shoes. Green eyes look okay on Sonic, because Sonic has not that many colors on him anyway, but Sonichu has a lot more colors on him, so I feel like green eyes would be...
No, not this one. Not this one.
And we're pretty much done. All I have to do now is add a few touch-ups, and then we're good.
Hair Chew. Sonic Chew.
Let's take a look at Rosechu now.
Chew.
Or is it Rosechu?
Rosie
Rosie
Chew. Rosie Chew.
Basically, she's Amy Rose with no bangs, a different outfit, and a weird, messed up Raichu tail. Apparently, according to Rosechu's backstory, she's supposed to be a Raichu, but her design doesn't reflect that at all, so I'm gonna try and change that.
1, 2,
Okay,
3.
here we go. Obviously, I had to
Martinis.
start with the ears,
Gagan.
because
Oh,
you can't have
gosh.
Raichu without the trademark curly ears, so I went ahead and put those on there. Then I changed up her face, so it looks a little more like Sonic.
Tipo a música.
Eyes and the muzzle. That way the
Gente,
character
entrega a
design
voz
is
deles,
somewhat
desculpa.
I changed up
Tipo,
her
a
hair a
música
little bit to be
é
more
tipo a voz deles cantando.
Raichu has those curly ears, so I felt like having curly clothes fit a bit better in this design. The clothes were a bit tricky. I'm not entirely sure what her original outfit was supposed to be, some kind of dress with a weird pattern on it. So I played around with some different clothes designs, and I basically settled with this shirt with
Mary
a
Martinez.
skirt.
Personagem,
And I
Rosie Chew.
also put a design on the boots, so it looks like that splotchy design that Raichu's feet and hands have. Alright, line art time, and then we'll start coloring. So, like Sonichu, Rosechu has a lot of colors to work with, and my issue with her colors is that none of them look like Raichu. So let's try and make something better here. I always thought that pink and brown looked really good together, so I tried to focus on a color palette that included that, along with some orange and cream colors, instead of that weird dark purple that Rosechu usually has.
Dark
on her
pink,
hair.
clean.
I went with more rose pink, because, you know, Rosechu, Rose
Girl.
The rest I just kind of played around. So what kind of colors fit, and I tried making the clothes a little more interesting. And I also made her eyes blue to match Sonic's shoes. Wow, this looks completely different. But I actually really like how this came out. I'm kind of loving this.
O vídeo vai ficando por aqui. Beijos
There we
e
go. Sonic
tchau.
with Rose Shoes Extreme Makeover. I'm pretty proud of how these came
Primeiramente, se
out.
inscreva no canal, deixa o like.
And also, if you're watching this, Christine Chandler, please don't be mad at me and try to sue me. This is just my interpretations of your characters. Okay, are we good? Alright, cool, thanks. If you guys want to see more
Se
videos like
inscreva
this,
no
let me
canal.
know. This was really fun, and I really want to do more videos like these, actually. If you guys want more videos like these, let me know. Maybe for future videos,
E é isso. Beijo, tchau. Dá like também. Minha.
and other people's OCs that they send